Welcome back. I'm Carolyn Murray in Charleston. Governor Henry McMaster spent much of last week touring vaccine clinics across South Carolina. News 2 anchor Brendan Clark sat down with the governor recently to discuss South Carolina's response.
Well, I've been very proud of South Carolina. I've always been very proud of South Carolinians.
Governor McMaster saying this state's approach to the pandemic was better than most, but says we still have a ways to go.
We still don't know how long it's going to last, all because they're talking about different strains coming in now. But we do know what we're dealing with now, and we're prepared for it, and we're working our way through it, and we'll be out of it before long.
The governor and his wife, one of the hundreds of thousands of South Carolinians who have contracted this deadly virus, says President Biden's goal of 1.5 million doses of the COVID vaccine in 100 days is reasonable, and that with any distribution this large, there are bound to be problems.
There have been some problems, to say the least.
Well, there have been some bottlenecks because there always are in a distribution chain. But when the first allocations were made by Warp Speed, which was the Trump administration's name for that process, they based it on being able to produce with certainty 57 million doses by sometime in February. And they told us that we will get our fair share in South Carolina based on population over 18 or over. We're about 1.5% of the population in the U.S., 1.5 over. And that's the amount that we've been getting.
We talked about the CDC report that said South Carolina was one of the worst states in the country when it came to distributing and administering the vaccine. And a national report from Becker's Hospital Review saying we are now in the top 10. McMaster calling our current plan acceptable.
We are not moving still in South Carolina as fast as I want to move. It's been frustrating at some times. You know, we conferred with the hospitals to urge them to give more shots, and they did. But we are not using up yet everything that has come to us. There was a little bit of a delay there in the beginning, but we've got it going now. And what I've told the hospitals and all the others, each shipment that we get every week, and we get it every week from the federal establishment, we get the shipments. By the time the next shipment comes in the next week, we want all those shots to be gone. We want to use it up every week, get it in the arms as quickly as possible.
The State Superintendent of Education, Molly Spearman, recently asked for teachers to be made a priority when it comes to getting the vaccine, but that hasn't happened.
Why not make teachers a priority in this case?
We have so many important people that do important functions that we can't, on the limited supply that we have, we can't give everybody a shot. So what we have determined to do was to look at those that are most vulnerable and that may die if they are not vaccinated, and that is the older people. It would be, I believe, would be a mistake, would be probably unethical to do anything other than protect those who are most likely to get sick and die. And those are the older people. And also, as we started out, those in the hospitals who take care of the older people who come in and who take care of people who've had a heart attack and or desperately need medical care. That's why we prioritized healthcare workers and doctors and others.
As for the thousands of struggling business owners, restaurants, and people who are still looking for work, the governor asking for patience, saying the state has been tested throughout its history.
This is a tough one. This is something that is going to keep testing us. But we've come through in a lot of things in our state, starting in 1670, that a lot of other states have never experienced, including hurricanes and battles and wars, the Revolutionary War and hurricanes, I say hurricanes, earthquakes, I mean, fires, we've had it all. But I believe that our state is really shining. Now, we're suffering, but we're holding on, and we're in better shape than most of the other states are because of the good decisions we've made.
When we come back, we are looking at all of the people who've been called into action to get people in our state vaccinated. Stay with us.